Alright guys, welcome back. Today we got a special one against one of my best friends, BLT the Sandwich, and we're playing some Gen 5 OU. Let's get into it. Alright, so starting off, I go with the Ferrothorn, he goes with the Ampharos, and he's going to go ahead and light screen and reflect up, and at this point I'm like, what's this dude got under his sleeve? So I just decided to Stealth Rock up, and luckily I go for the knockoff, just trying to take off whatever's on that Ampharos, and super luckily he brings in Breloom, so I get to knock off that Toxic Orb and not have to deal with that heal. Stupidly, I bring in my little fish over here because of the Ice Beam, but forgetting that this thing is going to absolutely destroy my Vaporeon. I do quite a few dumb moves on this first game. You'll see them later. So he brings in the Blastoise to rapid spin away these Stealth Rocks, and I just go ahead and heal up my little fish before I bring it back. So I decided to bring back the Ferrothorn again because I know he's going to rapid spin, and I'm a grass type, so I just felt like that sort of worked out. So here he decides to go for the Scald to try and get some burn on my little tanky tank here, but it's not really working out, not really doing too much, and there goes the first miss of the game. You'll see plenty more. And he decided to stop playing around with me and then just wore me out. But I'm like, nah, I want a little fish back in here. So I think he ends up switching back to the Breloom. No, I switch back to the Ferrothorn, and he stays into Roar. I don't know what he's looking for specifically, but he decides to go ahead and Toxic my Blissey. I'm not sure why, because I got the natural cure. I could just leave whenever I want and cure up. But he brings in his frozen Breloom again, and it's gonna stay frozen. I'm gonna get the free little Fire Blast on it, really nice. Well, not free Fire Blast because he got the Mach Punch back, but regardless, Fire Blast hit, so I'm happy about that. I'm able to get a Swords Dance up, get a little Outrage going, and I think right here we finish off this Blastoise. Yeah, we do. So that's good. We got rid of the Rapid Spinner, and now we don't have to worry about our Stealth Rocks being spinned away. Brings in the Metagross. I completely forgot I was confused at this turn. I remember, and just went straight for that Earthquake, and thankfully my Garchomp got his shit together and was able to EQ with no issues. So brings in this annoying thing who just drops meteors down on the head of my Vaporeon, and I'm just like, all right, I ain't playing around with this thing. I'm not doing this. So let me just come in here and poison the living hell out of it. And of course, Toxic misses. So we show our hand there, and we're gonna try it again. So there we go. Toxic doesn't miss this time, so I'm like, all right, this thing's gonna die eventually. I don't have to be too worried about it. He can recover all he wants. And honestly, I could just stay in here with my Bliss until this thing dies. But he decides to switch out. Doesn't want to get rid of one of his sweepers too early. So I mean, good move on his part. And I decided to go ahead and Will-O-Wisp. I'm surprised this isn't one of the Will-O-Wisps that miss. So we had a nice little burn on the Ampharos. I really want to get rid of this thing because I'm tired of the light screen and reflex protecting the team. So I think I just decided to stay in here and yeah, seed up. I think I even go for some knockoffs here just to try and play it safe. But he doesn't want this thing dead, so he just goes ahead and Volt Switches out. I knock off. He consumed his. I think he had a dragon gem on him. So it didn't really matter. It was already consumed. And he just goes ahead and goes for the Draco Meteor, but Ferrothorn's a beast, so he's not going to have any issues with that. And slowly but surely, this seed and this Toxic is just going to wear this thing down, and then the rest of his team shouldn't be too hard to deal with. I just know that I definitely wanted to get this thing out the way. So Junk Dog Joe comes back in and hits me for a massive amount on that Drain Punch. I should have just switched out here. I don't know why I stayed in for a knockoff. I don't know what I was hoping to accomplish with that. Either way, he bulks up, starts doing some push-ups, gets a little tough, gets his defense high, and there goes a Will-O-Wisp that misses. Of course, why wouldn't it? And then I'm like, yeah, let me Will-O-Wisp again. But no, it failed me once again. And of course, Stone Edge hits for him. Um, so that's nice. But I eventually get Dream punched in the face, but I do get my burn as well. And he just takes out my poor little Rotom Wash. But he's at 1%, so I'm not too worried. He gets to miss on that Stone Edge, which was nice for me, not taking any more damage than I need. And we're down to 2 more pokes, the Ampharos and this Digger Dave. So here, I think I make some stupid plays here. What was it? It's coming up soon. I do some stuff that this thing's completely immune to. Oh yeah, I bring in the Bliss, and I go for the Toxic. And he goes for the Toxic as well. Like I said, it doesn't matter to my Blissey. Blissey does not care about Toxic at all. And yeah, so I go for the Wish just to fight the Toxic just a little bit. Oh no, I go for the Wish to bring in my Garchomp here to come in with full health and hopefully finish off the rest of this team. So I think I Swords Dance up here. Yeah, go ahead and Swords Dance up. He hits the EQ, does a good amount of damage, and I think I go for an Outrage. Yep, but he protects, and he's able to stall out my Garchomp's Toxic a little bit there. And either way, I get the Outrage hit. He gets the EQ, and then here I'm able to go ahead and bring in my Giselle and get a little health to that Giga Drain. And from here, I think I just Fire Blast, and he protects, and I Fire Blast again, and that should be GG. But yeah, 57 turns, so it was a long one. I mean, one of my longer games I definitely posted on this channel. But get ready because we got more coming. So let's head over to game 2. All right, here we go with game 2. The only difference in this game is that I think he switched out the Gyarados for the Jellicent. At the time, I completely didn't notice. If I would have known, I would have switched out a poke of my own. But no biggie. Let's just get into it, see what happens. So he starts off with Prince Jelly. I start off with the Garchomp and I switch out. I don't really know what this thing does. I'm not too savvy on Gen 5. So yeah, I don't know what this thing does. So I switched out. I didn't want my Garchomp having no issues in there. And I get the Will-O-Wisp on the Ampharos. And yeah, so I bring in my Volcarona here to just try and set up a Quiver Dance. Maybe go against these reflects and these light screens here. And I Quiver Dance again, and wow, that skull did nothing. Quiver Dance again. Oh my goodness, that was a maniac. And he goes ahead and goes for a Smart Toxic. Usually when you see someone getting ready to sweep like that, and you have a Toxic dude out, you're just going to want a Toxic so that thing dies off eventually, because you definitely don't want it setting up like this. So, but either way, Giselle's able to take out this Ampharos, so I don't got to worry anymore about the screens and reflects. And he double switches here, which is pretty good, because I'm pretty sure that Breloom maybe would have gotten one-shotted there from that Bug Buzz. Maybe not, but either way, this Jellicent is the bane of my existence throughout this entire game. Because I don't really have a good answer for it as far as an electric type goes, because my Rotom Wash, the farthest extent of its electric type moves is Volt Switch. And it does a decent amount of damage, but not nearly enough, and it's switching out, which I don't want it to do. So yeah, it's definitely going to be tough to deal with the rest of this game. But at least, as you see, we get the Breloom out the way. That's definitely an annoying poke that I want to not have to deal with the rest of this time. But then there comes this dude, and he switches out because he knows the Toxic is coming. Oh, or the Ice Beam. Oh yeah, I don't got Toxic on my Vaporeon. Either way, he knew something was coming, and he definitely doesn't want to lose it as early as he did the first game. So he's trying to protect it, and I switch in my Garchomp to try and take care of the Metagross like he did like he did the first game. But too bad he gets Meteor Mash in the face, and I'm not able to use my poor Garchomp. I love that Pokemon. Absolute top 3 favorite of all time, Garchomp. Um, so I bring in Ferrothorn, and Ferrothorn's just dying for some health, dying to do something to stay in this game. So he gets the seed off to help my little fish switch in here and get some sustain. And he brings back in this thing, which again just don't have an answer for, especially Vaporeon. Like my Vaporeon, the only thing it can really do to it is Ice Beam, try to get a Freeze Hacks, and even with that, like it's just small chips away, and it's really just not efficient at all. And he gets a really good burn here. That's super good for him to get the Ferrothorn to get some extra damage done to it over time. At this point, I just stay in, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna Power Whip this thing to death because I'm tired of it. And no, the thing has recover, so I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't poison this thing or something. It's just gonna stay in here forever. Um, so I think I just stay in and just keep trying to Power Whip to see if he makes a mistake, and he doesn't want to play that game, so he decides to switch out to his Latios. He's playing really well defensively on this game for sure. Making sure that he keeps that Jellicent alive, and also keeping this Latios alive. So I know that some special moves coming, so I switch over to the Bliss. Bliss seems to be the only thing that goes right for me, and I go ahead and wish up. I just want to get some health back. I don't want my Bliss being too unhealthy here. But instead, I just decide to switch out, not heal my Bliss, and go for my little fish. And I think this is the part of the game where, yeah, let me just go ahead. Oh, I'm already on fast. Okay, so this is where you'll start seeing a lot of defensive play. Him trying to keep that Jellicent from getting toxic, and me trying to toxic it, as well as also trying to toxic out the Latios. So Digger Dave and Metagross are really the only two things standing in my way, keeping those other two pokes safe. Um, and honestly, I think I don't know how long I keep um, my Rotom Wash in here, because I know that it's the only thing that has a move that can decently deal with this thing. And again, you see the Volt Switch here, and he's just going to go ahead and recover that all back. So it's just tough. The only thing that I could really do the rest of this game is hope that he makes a mistake, and I know that's not going to happen. I don't know why. I should have just honestly decided to go for the poison there. I missed an opportunity for sure. I don't know why I wished. I think I was just expecting to switch immediately, and yeah, it didn't work out for me. But if I would have gone for the poison to try and get it on that Jellicent, maybe this game would have gone a whole lot different for sure. So a mistake on my part, and so anyways, we're here now. We try and deal with this Metagross. We got it seeded, and we're just trying to get this thing out the way so we can get closer to dealing with those other two annoying pokes in the back. He's bringing in the Jellicent, and you'll see a trend of him bringing Jellicent in every time my Vaporeon's out. Mainly because he wants to poison it, and as well, he knows that there's nothing that my Vaporeon can really do to it. So, good moves on him. Like I said, he plays extremely defensive this game, plays a really good safe game, and it makes it really hard for me to get in without him making any mistakes. And as you saw from earlier, if I make mistakes and miss out on really good toxics, then it's pretty much done for me. Also, the fact that this Latios was burned instead of toxic was just super annoying. So the burn's just simply not killing it fast enough, and this thing's just able to recover back all its health. So there's really nothing I could do to this Latios, like nearly at all, like unless I get this Jellicent out the way. Because if I switch over to my Vaporeon, then the Jellicent's just gonna come out, and it's gonna be back to square one. So. But here goes Vaporeon, and let's see what happens. Oh, what do you know? The jelly comes out, Gets an ice beam to the face, and I'm like, yes, I get a freeze hacks, but what do I do from here? Because, oh, I'm gonna scald. Like I said, I'm not that familiar with Gen 5 pokes, so stupidly, I get a nice freeze axe, but the water absorb, I completely heal that thing back up. So, anyways, I get the burn on this thing. It's something, but just like the situation with Latios, it's just simply not enough. It's not gonna do enough to help me out with getting through this team and all the foolishness, all the recoveries that's going on here. So he brings the Excadrill back out, and I'm like, thank God, I'm happy to see something else that I can sort of deal with. But no, he brings it away. He just teases me, and instead brings out the Metagross, which I'm able to take down, so that's good. That's a positive. And here we go, bring out the Blissey, and at this point, I'm just like, well, what do? I think I maybe decided to toss. No, I decided to go for a Wish. And I think what do I do? Switch over to my Rotom Wash. Yep. But my Rotom Wash isn't going to survive. It's going to take a Draco Meteor to the face. And we're back in a stalemate. I think at this point I pretty much realized, yeah, there's nothing I can do. There's no way I'm going to take out this Jellicent, and there's no way I'm going to take out that Latios. So I'm pretty much just stalling for time at this point, and pretty soon I'm almost certain I hit the forfeit. Well, I am certain I hit the forfeit. Just don't know which turn. I know it's soon though. But good game. He played that one really well. He knew what his advantages were. He knew what I wanted to get off, and honestly, if it wasn't for that mistake getting that toxic on the or not getting the toxic on that turn that I could have gotten it on the jelly, then maybe it could have been different. Who knows? Either way, GG on that one. Let's go on to game number 3. All right, game number 3. So this time I decided to switch out the Rotom Wash with a Magnezone. And you'll see why. So here we go. And, oh, and he also switched out I don't know who for Landorus. I completely forgot who he switched out. Oh, the Ampharos. Yep, so here we go. He goes for the same strategy as the last game, bringing out this Jellicent on my Vaporeon. And I'm just like, nah, we're not doing this again. So I bring out the Ferrothorn. Again, just like I talked about last game, I don't know why I don't just decide to Toxic that Jellicent when my Blissey's out, but either way. So we get the knockoff on, I forgot what it was. Oh, the lefties. So that's nice. We get the knockoff on the lefties, and I think I just decide to set up here. No, I get the Power Whip on the Excadrill, and here we go. Bring in my my Magnezone with Balloon on it. Don't get hit by that EQ because of the balloon, and now he's trapped in here, and I'm able to just HP fire him down, and it's really good for me. I love Magnezone. He does a super awesome job of just killing all other steel types, no problem. So, yep, Digger Day is pretty much done for. I don't have to worry about this dude just hanging out in the bag with his friend Jelly and Latios. So, that's good. He brings in the Breloom. I don't think he knew that I had HP Fire, and neither of us knew that I was going to get a crit, so unlucky for him. Brings in this thing, and again, just completely mashes the face of my poor Vaporeon. But I go for the Toxic because I'm just like, nope, I'm not burning you like I did last time. We're going to Toxic you down. We're going to make sure we get rid of you. So there goes the poison taking its course. He's going to Draco Meteor and either switch or recover. I don't remember. But either way, I don't really care because I know the Toxic's going to take care of him along the way anyway. So, gotta love Toxic. It's going to do the job. So he's going to stay in here, and I'm just going to Wish Up just to make sure that I stay healthy while this guy fights Toxic off. And 36%, yeah, it's going. So he brings in the Landorus, maybe trying to keep in that Latios if he might need him for later. So I'm just like, no biggie, I'm going to come in here and set up, but this thing just completely punches me in the face with an Earthquake, and it doesn't feel good at all. and we both decide to switch, and I double switch over to Magnezone once I see that this Metagross is out here, and yeah, it's time to eat this little robot up. So again, there's nothing he can do to my Magnezone, and I have HP Fire, so it's pretty much done for this guy as well. And I also want to try and keep my Magnezone healthy because I want to deal with that Jellicent. I don't want to be put in the same predicament as I was last time. So here I'm just praying that nothing goes wrong. I don't miss, that I don't, yeah, that I outspeed it, like just everything. I want to get rid of it. And once it dies, I'm like, that's it. Like there's nothing else I have to worry about. That thing was just the bane of my existence last game. I really had such a hard time dealing with it. But as you can see, it's probably definitely GG from here. That one switch up with the Magnezone really did the work, and just being able to get that Toxic on this thing instead of the burn really helped. But more than anything, that Magnezone pick helped for sure, because we were able to take out the Metagross, the Excadrill, and the Jellicent without any issues. So right now he's just trying to recover and prolong his for sure demise, and it ain't gonna work out. I have some bad manners here and just Stealth Rock for no reason. Just watch him die slow. But good games to my boy BLT the Sandwich, one of my best buds. I'm glad I had some good games with him. Glad I was able to get him on the channel, and hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like or subscribe, and like always, leave a comment below letting me know how I could be a better Pokemon master. Alright guys, see you next time.